what's going on here. It just all of a sudden calmed down. But I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off at. We're in, we're in. The title of the sermon is Mother and Wife. Um, we're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 28 to 29. And in this book of Proverbs, it holds two main factors. As we did, we're in chapter verse 1 through 9. King Lemuel learns from his mother. Uh, learn from his mother. They are offered guidance for the righteous, leadership, and warns against excessive drinking, promiscuities, and ignorant justice. He also, as a good king, should defend the rights of the poor and speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. For those who cannot speak for themselves. Wise leadership is rooted in moral responsibility and compassion. Also, we're going to see in verse 10 through 31, it is possible. It describes the woman or the virtuous woman. Uh, it shows the ideal wife and woman, uh, not just in family life, but also as her also in her work, her community, in her spiritual devotion, diligent, uh, diligent, strong, strong, noble, wise, generosity, and God fearing. Her, let me see, her values is said to be greater than rubies. That's in the King James version. But I have the NASB, and it says jewels. She is praised. She provides for her household. Uh, she provides for her household, conducts business, and is praised by her husband and her children. So as I was reading in chapter 31, we see here um, the mother. She now speaks. It seems like he said something to her, or she just spoke to him. And the words of King Lemuel and pronouncement which his mother taught him. What my son, and what son of my womb, and what son of my vows. That was in her marriage vows. Do not give your strength to women, or your way to that which destroys kings. And in the verse, you're not giving up your wisdom, your power, your leadership. Don't fall for things that will destroy you. Don't fall for the people that will mislead you and misguide you. Also, here we see in verse 4, it is not for King Lament. It is not for kings lament you. It is not for kings to drink wine, or for rulers despair into intoxicating drink. Otherwise, they will drink and forget what is decreed and perverted the rights of all the needy. Give intoxicating drinks to one who is perishing, and wine to one who life is bitter. So these are the people that you can allow to give your drinks to. She's saying these people want to drink this of let them go ahead. If they want to, they're bitter, you let them do what they want to do. That's them. But you stay away from it. Let him drink and forget his poverty. So if he wants to drink and forget his poverty, his being poor, that's on him. But you don't do it. You don't join in with him. And remember his troubles, and he was going to remember his troubles no more. Open your mouth for the people who cannot speak, for the rights of all the unfortunate. Open your mouth, judgment righteously, and defend the rights of the poor and needy. So in this verse here, what she's saying for for her son to do is to make sure that you make sure that oh, good evening, Mark. Good evening, Mark. Uh, Apostle Sam Hunt. Good evening. Make sure that you take care of all the things that you're supposed to take care of. Don't let somebody lead you down the wrong path. So, in the first part, in the first point, after we have read that, praise, we're going to talk about praise. The power, the praise is a powerful tool that can uplift, encourage, or inspire others. And it is something we should practice regularly. We should always practice to encourage our fellow brothers and sisters on whatever journey they're on, whether it be in religion, whether it be in just regular work, whatever it is, our brothers and sisters, we should encourage them. Okay, as we focus on as the virtuous woman mentioned in Proverbs 31, we see that she is worthy of praise. She is worthy of praise. She is worthy of the praise because she's giving her son wisdom. She is giving her son knowledge. She is giving her son something that he can carry with him. As we know, all mothers do with their children, they instill certain things within their sons that their sons will carry with them for a lifetime. Some of our mothers tell us, make sure you push a girl, open the door for a lady when you go in. So this is where she is showing this. She is not only praised by her husband, but also by her children. Now, where she is praised by her husband is that she is there to provide for him. She is there to make sure that she is his helper. She is to make sure he does not he can help him lead the family to where he sees the vision for the family. He is looking at a vision. He is talking to her about the vision, how the family should move, the family should, the structure and where they are going, and she is there to support that structure. So that is what he is praising her because he's saying, "Well, baby, you're really standing beside me. You're not trying to defeat me. You're not arguing with me. You're not saying, oh, that won't work or this won't work. You're standing there just like she has always done. Her children are praising her because she's always had their lunches ready. She's always is there to their recital. She was always there, things like that. So we looking at that. When you look at what she's telling her son is don't be a follower, be a leader, be a strong leader. Lead. Don't let women take your strength away, your leadership, meaning your leadership. Be a leader. Don't let a woman come in and just destroy you and then lead you down a path that can destruction or lead you somewhere where you're going to be destroyed. Don't be with people who are sitting there and they're living in poverty. Not to say that you're going to be around people that are in poverty, but don't let them drag you down. You're supposed to uplift them. That's really what she's saying. Uplift them. Don't drag them down. If they want to drink, you let them drink. If they're the ones who want to live this way, you can't save everybody. Those you can save, you save. Those you can't, You're going to have to let the world take them. That's what happens. You're going to have to let the world take them. So this appreciation and recognition she receives are a testament to the impact that to the impact she has on her family and her community. Now, on her community, people may look at her as a very strong person. They may look at her that, oh, it's just, Mrs. So and so across the street. Whenever we have a block party, whenever we have something, it's just like the queen with the king. She is there when the king is doing something. When the king has to go off, she is there to support. She is there still to run. It's like, well, it's like the king has never left. She's there to make sure everything runs the way he wanted it to run. That's what her job is. That's why I said she conduct business. In other words, her and her husband are like this. They're one. They're intertwined. And her children, she's there to make sure they have a good, virtuous uh, life and having things and supporting them in the things that they do or whatever they do. She's supporting them. Now, also, we're seeing now, let us explore how we can teach our daughters and love our sons. Now, a lot of women, you got to learn how to teach your daughter and also at the same time love your son. Following the example set by the virtuous woman. So when you read the whole chapter, you see how this is done. Just with her son, you're giving the daughter the same lecture in a sense, only just some things may differ a little for daughters than it is for young men. As we're going to see here, teach your daughter, mothers, fathers, and guardians. It is our responsibility to instill godly values and wisdom in the hearts of our daughters. You want your daughter to know how to cook, how to be compassionate, how to know how to take care of the household. What is, like the woman, like, women get up, they sweep the floor. Not to say men don't do that too. When my mom, I lived with my aunt for a couple little bit. In the morning, you got the bathroom, you got the living room, you got the bed. You make the bedrooms in your bed. Girls make the bed in their bedroom. And me and my cousin, we had to make our beds. The girls had to make their bed. Then we had to go wash the dishes in the kitchen. So one would wash the dishes. If you got sisters or other siblings, one wash the dishes, one dries. One is sweeping up the living room. One cleaning, one sweeping up the living room. So this is what we do. This is what we do. So we learned this, and godly values is going to church, Bible, Sunday school, Bible study. These things like this. When we do these things with our children, we change the narrative. They see us in a different light. We have some parents, one parent goes to church, one parent doesn't. But the one parent that doesn't go to church, they don't discourage their children. If their mother says, well, we're going to church, and they look, and daddy says, well, then your mother said, go to church with her. Dad is home fixing whatever there is to be fixed in the house. Working on a car if they got one or two cars. So he's working on probably mom's car, and mom's driving his car. So he's fixing the brakes on his car. So they begin to see, okay, mom took the kids to church and dad is working on the car. Or dad is taking care of whatever dad has to take care of at home. So this is what it is. Dad is making sure. And when we work with our daughters, we want our daughters to know how to take care of a house, how to keep a house clean, how to cook, how to sew. Same thing with our sons. Mothers should know how to sons. The first son is always the mother's first love. Is her first love. Her son in the childhood is her son. Her first love is her son. But mothers, teach your daughters to dress. Dress nicely, but don't dress so provocatively. But dress that you would, okay, this is tasteful. So your daughters learn how to dress. Um, Dating, on the dating scene, know how to pick a decent man. A lot of girls hear a guy talk nice things, but the nice thing, that's all he's talking. That's nice things. He's not, or you don't have to ask him, do we go to church? But, mother tell your daughter, well, you need to have a young man you like, invite him to church. Just most of the time you get to see whether he'll come with you or he don't. If he comes with you, he may be a more godly person for you. But this is something that you want to steer your daughters in. I know a lot of women say, well, women today would say, well, you can't tell us what to wear. But when you wear things that arouses a man, he will come at you in an incorrect way. You may not want him to come at you, and then you're having words with a man. And this is a problem for a lot of women because they think a husband is trying to control. Well, he's not trying to control you. He's trying to say, look, you're putting me as a man, your protector, in danger. You don't want to put your husband in danger. You say, well, he should be. It's insecurity. It's not insecurity. Men are very territorial. You mess with this is this is my wife. This is my girlfriend. This is my fiance. Another man comes and disrespects me. I, as a man, must step up. If I sit back, he thinks I'm weak. She also thinks I'm weak. But if I step forward and say, no, 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 homeboy, step off. This is a protective. We are protected. So this is why men tell women, you shouldn't dress so provocatively. And if you don't agree with me, fine. That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But that is true. Ask any man that really is what, because I'm telling you, we are very protected, especially protected of our daughters. Your daughter come downstairs with a shirt halfway up her thigh. And dad, he's gonna stare at her. He's gonna like, yo, go up and change that. I forgot what movie it was, but there was a movie out where the guy came to pick up the daughter. He told the guy, have her home by, I think, 12 o'clock. He said, whatever you do to her, I'm going to do to you. So that's what he's putting that fear. So he's protecting his daughter, and that's the way men are. So we must teach our daughters. No, you wear your dress. Some religions have where you have to wear your dress below your knees. But it is dressed decently. That's decently. And women, we must show our young children how to um be non-provocative when dressing. Young ladies, we must teach them. Uh, we must teach them to seek the Lord, embrace their uniqueness, and develop their talents. Every child, every girl is unique in her own way. Every girl is given a talent, and we are there to have them embrace that uniqueness. We have them there to embrace that talent that they have. And this is what we seem to want to have with them, with our daughters. The virtuous woman of Proverbs 31 is described as having wisdom and kindness, and she shares these qualities with her children. She shares the qualities of kindness. She shares the quality of having kindness, um, the wisdom. What else did I say? The wisdom. Um, She shares the kind of wisdom, but also compassion. My mother, who God rest her soul, when she was alive, she showed very compassion. Excuse me, to everybody that walked by. She was very humble. The same with my dad. As long as you didn't get on his wrong side, he was very humble. My uncle, same thing. If didn't get on his wrong side, he was good. My grandmother, same way. You got on her wrong side. mm, you, if you did certain things, these are, these are the morals that women set for young ladies and their sons. Mom will go out with their sons. They'll teach their sons how to walk, teach their sons, maybe even to push the chair up under them when they go to the restaurant. Open the door. Yo, baby, open the door for your mother. They go to open the door, and they'll tell them, always open the door for your mother. Open the door. Your mother will always tell you, keep handkerchiefs in your pocket in case you have a runny nose. They will always show these different things for you and for their daughters. They will sit there, take their daughters, and they'll teach their daughters how to cook. Their daughters are standing there and tell them, put a pinch of this, put a this and that, and this in there. They'll teach them how to cut the eggs, teach them how to make eggs, teach them how to make the bacon, various things like this. And that is what she does in the household, outside of the household, with the community. She is a person who is recognized as conducting business. Meaning, if she is a part of the PTA, she's able to help them to direct what is needed. If she's a worker, she knows how to handle the business outside of the household. She knows how to handle the household business. So when I mean the household business, she knows how to pay the bills. She knows how to stretch when dad gives her the paycheck or gives her the money for whatever. She knows how to stretch that money so it lasts till when they get more money. And this is what the virtuous woman can do. By nurturing our daughters with love, faith, and guidance, we equip them to become women of strength and character. When you when you give young daughters the love that they need, you give them the faith that they need, meaning God. You give them the guidance, it's the wisdom and the knowledge. They will be equipped to have a strong character, knowing how to stand up for themselves or stand up for somebody who can't stand up for themselves. Now, as we going through, let's look at another transition that we have here. Now, let us turn to the attention of the importance of loving our sons. Let us turn to that where we're loving our sons. Here we are. Love your sons. As parents, we have a critical role in raising our sons to be compassionate, respectful, and godly individuals. So, as we raise our young men, mothers, as you raise your young men, you must instill in your young men, how to be compassionate. My mother always told me how to be humble. Watching her, I learned how to be a humble person. Watching my mother, I learned how to have compassion. Even around little kids, I used to watch her. Um, a little kid it'd come by the window crying, and she'll talk to the little kid, and then she'll ask me, "Come, you want to see my baby?" And she like, "Baby, come here." And I'd be like, "Nah, Mom, come on, I'm not, baby, come here, let the baby see the baby." I say, "Mom, I'm not a baby. I'm 15 years old." And I go to the window, and she say, "Sit on my lap." And I'm a big mama's boy, so I sit on my mother's lap. She say, "See my baby. He a big baby, right?" And you see the little kid smile. That's why I have such a heart for little kids. and my children also have the same heart. We also speak up for people who can't speak up for themselves, those that are underprivileged. We speak up for them too, as well. Um, we must, and she also made sure she also made sure I went to church. Being my grandmother sent me to Catholic school. I was in Catholic school. I joined the out, joined. I went and become an altar boy. My grandmother was happy about that. She came to a mass one day. I had a morning mass, and my grandmother came to the morning mass. My mother came to the morning mass to watch me present. There's your son and your grandson walking down with the with the preacher, or the father they call at the time, with the candle and so forth. My grandmother showed me, took change and gave it to me. Put that. She gave me whatever. She says, put that in the offering. Put this in the poor box. Go light a candle for your mother and your siblings and your father. She didn't think about herself. She said, your mother, your father, and your siblings. So I would light a candle for my mother, my father, my siblings, and my grandmother, and my uncles. And I would go home and tell them, well, Grandma, I light a candle for everybody that. And she said, okay, son, okay, baby, okay. And that is being what we teach our children. That's the way you teach your child. You let them know this is how we should be. This is the way we teach our sons. This is the way we teach our daughters. Yeah, man. Okay. We must teach them to honor and appreciate the woman in their life, just as the virtuous woman is honored in Proverbs 31. Now, a young man, when he's a young man, he's a young kid, he must be able to see how a woman is treated. Meaning, when he looks at his father, he should watch how his father treats his mother. He treats his mother with respect, with honor. Sometimes us parents, older parents, used to go in the other room and argue with them. They never allowed the kids to hear them argue. And nowadays, parents argue in front of their kids. But we are to show our young men how a woman is treated. When you're taking a young woman out, you open the car door, you open her door. I know a lot of women want you. I'm independent. I can open my own door. I can do this. I don't need. No. You said, no, no, no. I told you. When you with me, I open the door. I'm opening that door. Don't you touch it. It's not, you're not being weak. She's not being weak. You're giving her the respect as a woman. Because if she's going to be your wife and she's going to bear your children, you want to give her that honor, that respect, that she bared your children for you. So I'm going to open this door for you, let you go in. When we go to sit down to to um to eat at a dinner, I'm going to push a chair up under you. I may say, what you want to order? And you may say, well, I want the chicken salad and blah, blah, blah. Okay. She'll have the chicken. She'll make look at you like, but I ordered. No, it's not taken away yet. Well, she said she wants the chicken salad. You want the chicken salad? Yeah. Okay. She wants the chicken salad. Uh, she'll tell you what she wants to drink. And, sometimes men want to show you that I can lead. I can lead. Let the man be your lead. The virtuous woman, you're going to be more respected. He's not, he's not, understand, we're not trying to take you away from here. We're not trying to diminish you as something. We're trying to honor you, respect you, give you that respect as a woman, as the woman you are. The woman of the mother of my children. This is who you are, and this is how I'm. I may order, but baby, I'm going to order for you. So what would you like? You actually, the man will actually ask her, "I'm going to order for you, or do you want to order yourself?" And she said, "No, you order for me." And you order for her. But she will, hopefully, she sees that you are taking a lead. You're being that person. See, on the chessboard, the king can only move one move. He can move he can move any direction, but he only can move one move. But the queen can move anywhere she wants. But she's there to protect that king. She's there to protect that king. On the chessboard, the king is not the most powerful piece. It's that queen that's the most powerful piece. And the king knows it. He moves one step, but she moves 5 steps, maybe to entrap another piece from another person, another whatever the other piece is. She's in there to trap it because of the other way the other pieces move. She gets it and comes back. She moves back to protect the king and so forth. So that's what you must look at. That's what it is. Don't forget, also the king protects his queen. If she is if she's threatened to be be taken, that king will either move a piece, the person will move a piece in the way, and the king would move closer that in case he puts himself in a position where if something tries to come down, he can take it. This is the things we see here in this. Um, by demonstrating love, respect, and equality within our family, we mold our sons into men who appreciate and celebrate the worth of the woman around them. So when you do these things, um, walking down the street, you see a woman, good morning, and she may look at you, you may smile, good morning, you keep on walking. She opens up, she got a smile. You're you're getting ready to go into a store. Here comes a woman. You open up the door for her. You got one woman you got one woman going in. You open the door for the one going in. Here comes the one coming out. Now I've seen videos where a man holds the door open. Woman just walks right out. Don't even say thank you because don't women don't get entitlement to it. When that man holds that door open, say thank you. Give him that piece because he's giving you the honor as a woman. He's giving you the respect. If a man asks you, well, miss, I know today is these days and times you can't really trust everybody to take your groceries to your car. I understand. But sometimes if the spirit moves things in that realm, uh, let the man is genuine. The spirit moves you that this is a genuine man that's moving, that's taking want to take your groceries to your car because you let him help you put your things in the car. I understand these days and times it's rough. That's why I say if the spirit moves you, if the spirit don't move you, hey, more power to you. You know, I'm not going to say you got to do it. I'm just going to say if the spirit moves you. But when we do these things, our sons begin to take value in the woman. Right now, when you listen to most of music that we hear, there's a lot of degrading of women. There's a lot of put down of women, and we don't want that. We don't. We That's something I can't condone within this. Within this, I can't condone that. In this, so we have this thing here with them. I'm not going to jump to the conclusions right yet. I'm going to drop back to this book right here. Excuse me. 30. Excuse me again. 34 minutes in. 34 minutes into this thing. So as we're looking in now, here we are at the at verse 10. As I mean, and an excellent wife, who can find her? Meaning excellent, meaning she finds herself. She finds herself as a wife. She finds herself as a wife. For her worth is far above Like I said, rubies far above rubies. You mean her worth is more. You never heard that phrase? You're worth more than gold. That's sort of what he's. That's sort of what this verse is saying. It. She's worth more than gold to you. The heart of her husband, uh, trust her, trust in her, and he will have no lack of gain. So in this verse, he trusts her with her decisions when he is not around. He trusts her with her decisions when she's not around. That's why you sort of said she knows how to conduct business. So there's a saying I remember growing up. My father used to say, "You have a house, but when you put a woman in it, you now have a home. When a woman comes in there, she's going to make your house a home for you." And that's what you want. You want her to bring you into her home. So she's going to know how to conduct a business so that when you come home, you're coming home to peace and relaxation. You're not coming home to chaos and stress. She may tell you, well, baby, I got to stretch some money here and so forth and so on. And do you know how we're going to pay this? Well, baby, what do you think? You sit down at the kitchen table because back in the day, the kitchen table was the place where everything was conducted. All of my grandparents and my parents, they would sit at the table and make the bills, make figure out what bills are going to be paid and how they're going to be paid and when they're going to be paid and which be paid. That's back then. Now it may be a little different because everybody wants their money right away. Um, we see here she does him good and not evil all the days of her life, meaning she does what is good for him or what's good for her family. She thinks about her family. She thinks I'm going to make sure that everything is in place for us. So she's not doing anything that would cause him harm or the family harm. She looks for wool and linen and works with her hands in delight. Now, most of this is back in the day when they were writing. So they're back. This is really back in the time of of the kings and king when they would make their own clothing. And that's what she's doing. She looks for the various linen, sew a shirt or a blouse or a skirt, I say a skirt, sew something for a husband, I guess pants or whatever, different, you know, or wool, something so he could wear it during wintertime. This is what she would do when she works with her hands. She can sew up his clothes when they're ripped. And she does this with delight. She doesn't do it with anger. Oh my God, I gotta sew these pants again, or I gotta sew this. She's not doing that. She's doing it with delight. I'm doing this for the pleasure of my family. I'm doing this for the pleasure of my husband. I'm doing this to to show my love for my husband and my family. My husband and my children. I say family, but my husband and my children. Her family. That's what she's doing it for. Um, she is like a merchant ship. She brings her food from afar and she raises while it is still night. So she's like a merchant ship. A merchant ship comes from a far distance, and a merchant ship comes from a far distance, and it picks up food and everything, and she brings it to him and makes sure he gets this food. He makes sure that the food is there. She gets up early in the morning before daylight and prepares the meals for her. That's what it is. She gets this food and makes sure it's there for them and gives food to her household. So she brings this food in. It's still at this time, it's still nighttime. She brings the food in, prepares it so that her family can eat. This is really more during that time, but we can see here it's the same. You can kind of flip it a little bit and say, okay, I get up early in the morning. I remember I talked to a lady years ago when I was working. She mentioned how she would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, prepare her lunch, prepare the lunch, and prepare her husband's breakfast and lunch. So he have to go to work. Then she talked about how she cleans the house. And she said she did this every morning. And I was like, wow, that is a wife. That is a wife. That's a woman who really took took real good care of her man. And the portions and the portions to her attendants. So she made sure the portions are to her attendants. We're going to see in 16. I'm going to kind of jump down. I'm going to jump down a little bit here. Her lamp does not go out at night. Her lamp, meaning her 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 lamp does not go out at night. Meaning this brightness that she has never goes out. She stretches out her hand to the distaff, distaff, and her hand grabs the shindle, the shindle. So she grabs hold of the shindle of this. I kid you not. She grabs hold of this. She grabs hold of it. Um, she stretches out her hand to the needy. So she's stretching out her hand for this is for her community. She's now helping the community. She's giving the community things. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. She makes covering for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. So her husband is well known in the gates because of who she is. She is bringing a light to her husband. She is bringing a light to her her children. That's why this her light does not go out. She's reaching out to the needy and everything, and helping them in this factor in this fashion. When he sits among the elders of the land, she makes linen garments and sells them and supplies belts to the tradesmen. So she makes belts for them and gives this to them to supply them for this. So that is what the virtuous woman and the woman is. I'm not going to try to finish this, but I would like for y'all all to read Proverbs 31. Get your own understanding. Um, get your understanding and enjoy your children and your daughters. Teach your children, teach your sons and your daughters. Love on your sons, love on your daughters. Once again, if you would like to contact me, you can reach me on our website, which is God in Jesus Christ Ministries churchly.com, or you can reach me at my email, which is ministermatthews@yahoo.com. We also have our prayer, our text prayer, which is 833-943-3973. Text in your prayer, and we'll get a prayer out to you, regardless whatever it is. We get the prayer out to you. The On our website, you'll see the associated or the overseers or my overseer, Apostle Ella, and some of the ministries that I have mentioned on our website. We're going to add more as we go along. Right now, I didn't get a chance to do that, but go to the website. Look at our website. If you want to, if this website, if this sermon's been a blessing to you, please feel free. Up to your upper right hand corner is a donation. Send a donation. Whatever. Also our podcast. Okay. And then until then, Wednesday night, it will be our Bible study, our topic Bible study.